Welcome back to CODEIN. So last time we have discussed about how we can create a link with the help of HTML. So means basically in link what we were doing, we were moving from one page to another page, or we were moving within one single page. Now today in this lesson I am going to discuss about how we can create our own list in an HTML document. So guys, if you like the content what I post, do like it, share it, and also subscribe to my channel. Basically list. When we are talking about lists are basically those things that we help us classify some items. Like if we have some item, like suppose you have a item of a students in a class. So basically when we have a item, we differentiate it with different types so that it is easy for us to understand. Similarly, when we are talking about list in HTML, it basically gets us a format either to write in a number form in or other some formats. These are known as lists. So basically we can understand the list with the help of an example. Like if you want to manage the student name from A to Z, you can define it at A to Z, and also you can give the numbering of roll number like 1 2 3 and so on. So basically in HTML, lists are of two types: ordered list and unordered list. In an ordered list we perform the data in an order form. In an unordered list we give the data in the form of some bullet list or circles or any other type. Similarly, when we are talking about defining a list in an HTML file, we require a tag like we required in other things. A tag basically used in an HTML file to provide the items in a list is known as the li tag. So basically whenever we write a li tag, we will add an item to that particular list, and also before that we will define the type of the list. So we are going to understand what are the ordered list and unordered list. The first type of list that is available in HTML is the ordered list. So whenever we are talking about the ordered list is basically used to generate a preceding letter or number in front of the text. Whatever text we are writing in the data of the HTML document, we want to provide some letter or number or any other format in the specified order, we'll use that type of ordered list. So basically by default the ordered list is of number kind. We have the syntax of the order list as you can see in front of you. OL start equals to the number from where we want to start, and type equals to the type which we want to refer the type. There are different kinds of types that are available in HTML for list. In order, number one is numbers, as in which you include 1 2 3. Then we have a uppercase alphabet which will include A to Z, all the uppercase letters. Then we have lower alphabet, that is A to Z in lowercase. Then we have a lower Roman, that is if you want to write in Roman numbers, the smaller ones. And then you have a upper Roman, that is the writing the list in the form of upper Roman numbers. This is a form of types that are available in an order list. So these way we can write a order list. So let us understand the order list with the help of an example. When we are talking about the order list, as I told you, whenever we want to write a order list, we write a OL tag. So here you can see in the HTML code I have written HTML, then I have written the title using of order list by default. When I am talking about by default, it will just show me the output in which the by default list is being displayed. Like how does the by default list look like whenever I will use this code. Then I have written a OL tag. In OL tag I have defined two list item. As you can see, then whenever I want to insert a list item, I will use the li tag. Basically the purpose of the li tag is used to add an item to the list. So basically it will create a list with naming the CODEIN and then the Python. So basically these are the two items of the list. Then you can see I have closed the OL tag. So whenever I am closing the OL tag, means the list is closed over here. The output will be displayed only of these two items which I have declared in it. Then I have closed the body tag, then I have closed the HTML tag. So whenever I will click on the output to see the desired output, I can see that I have got the output in one is written as CODEIN and the number 2 is written as Python. Here because 1 and 2 is coming because I have given the format was by default. I have defined no type. I have just written the normal OL tag. As you can understand in the previous case, I have used a default case. Now you can see I have changed the bit program. I am using a HTML, then I have used the body tag in which I have given some BG color, and then I am defining you all the types of order list that are available in HTML. So here what I am using, I have used the OL type in which I have defined the type equals to Roman number, that is the smaller one. You can see I is written over here, that means the Roman number in lowercase. Then I have defined the same list items in li, Python and C++, and I have then closed the OL tag, then I have closed the body tag, and then I have closed the HTML tag. So whenever we click on this particular output, when I will see the output of this code, you can see that the type has changed to 1 and 2, which is the Roman number type. Similarly, if we want to create list in other types also, we will just change the style of the item that we want to change, and we will give the number accordingly. In the next program you can see that I have written over here OL start equals to 2 and type is equals to A. Basically it means that the starting of the OL will start from the number 2, means number 2 in this case the type is A, so it will start from B. because I've given the start over here as 2. When I've changed the start value, it means that it will not start from the starting value, but it will start from the value that I've given in the start. So here you can see that I've defined the list item Python as a C++. So whenever I will execute this code, you can see that the desired output coming to me is B and C. To understand the previous case, I have used the order list. Now we have another kind of list, that is the unordered list. So whenever we are talking about an unordered list is basically used to add a specific sign with a style. Basically it is a style of the list that it will look like. That for the style of the unordered list is a bulleted list. So in this case we have a syntax list ul type equals to the type we want to give. We have basically 3 types, that is a circle, disk and a square. So these are the 3 types that are available whenever we are using a unordered list in HTML. By default our HTML document will open in a bulleted style. Understand the unordered list with the help of an example. Here you can see that I've written an HTML code and that the title I've written unordered list by default. Means the what will be the output whenever I'm using a just a simple unordered list. I am not defining the type of the unordered list. You can see that I have defined a body tag in which I have given the color. Then I have used a UL. Basically whenever you are using a unordered list, you will need a UL tag. In the same case I am using a li tag. Li tag is used to define the list. So I have written first and then I have written the second. Then I have closed the li tag, and similarly in the second case also I have closed the li tag. Then I have closed the UL tag because I want the list as it is, and then I have closed the body tag, and then I have closed the HTML tag. So whenever I will click on the desired output, the output that will be displayed to me is that the list will be which will be shown to me. The list will include some dotted parts. The dotted parts are known as bullets. So this is the by default syntax whenever we are using a bulleted list, or we can say a unordered list. The by default will come as bullets. You can understand also the other types of unordered list that are present in HTML is we have a circle, and we also discussed about that we also have a square. So whenever I am using these other types, what I need to do, I have used an unordered list type, the similar program that I have written again, and then I have defined the use of circle we are using over here. Then the UL type equals to I have written the circle. So basically when I am writing circle here in the type, so the desired output whichever will be shown to me is it will include a circle in it. As you can see in the output, it includes a circle. So if I want to change again this code, if I want this code to be written in the form of a square, so I will define the type over here as square. So whenever I will see the output, the desired output you can see to me is that the square is been printed, which shows me the desired result, that whenever I change the type, I change the type to circle, I change the type to square, I change the type to disk, all the style of the list will be displayed according to the type defined with it. But if I am not using any type, the by default style that will be displayed to me is the bulleted style. So this is the basic difference of when we are defining a type and when we are not defining a type. So the unordered list can include the type as circle, square, disk and the bulleted list. These are different types of UL types that are available in a unordered list. In some ordered list and we have some unordered list, basically to give the style of the we want to give it a number, we want to give a bullet list or whatever we want to give. Like similarly to these, we have a definition list. When we are talking about definition list is basically used to define some glossaries. Like if I want to give a full form of some number, if I want to give some definitions of a particular document, then I can use the definition list. So whenever I am talking about definition list, it includes 3 tags. Number 1 is the DL, number 2 DT and the number 3 DD. When I am talking about the DL tag is used to give the generation of the definition list. Means through this DL tag when I will use, the generation of the definition list will be produced. Then I am talking about the DT tag is basically used to give the term that I want to define, and DD tag is used to basically give the description of the tag that I have defined in the term. And with the help of an example, how we are using the definition list. So basically when we are talking about the definition list, as I told you, it includes 3 tags, DL, DT and DD. So basically the purpose of each and every tag is as explained over here in the example. First of all, I have used the DL tag. Whenever I am using the DL tag, so basically it will generate me a list. Whenever I am using this tag, it will generate a list. Then I have used the DT tag. DT tag is used to define the data time. So here the data time what I am defining is RAM. Means the just RAM, RAM I have written. So in the DD term, that is used to give the description of the DT, I have written the full form of the RAM, that is random access memory. So whenever I close DD and DL, I will see the result in the output as RAM, and then I will get the desired full form of that. Similarly, I have used another code as the HTML, then I have written a hypertext markup language in the DT and DD tag, and then I have closed the DL tag. So whenever I will execute this code, you can see in the output that first of all RAM is coming, and in the form of a list the other glossary is coming, that what is the full form of this tag and then the full form of other tag. Basically this purpose is used when we want to define some attributes or we want to use some data definition. Means if we want to define some data in the form of definition in the list, we are using. Understand that we have different types of list available in HTML, so we can use list into another list. Basically when we are using a list into another list, that is known as a nested list. So basically the purpose of a nested list you can understand with the help of a program displayed over here. First of all, written HTML, then I have defined the body tag, and then I'm explaining the usage of a nested list. So here you can see that I have defined the OL type equals to A, then I have defined the LI, that is the CODEIN, and then I have defined the LI is closed. Then I have used a UL tag. So you can see that I have in between the OL tag defined the UL tag, in which I am defining the type equals to circle, and the LI list item I have defined it as C++, and then I'm closing the list tag, and then I have closed the UL tag. Basically which means that I just want to use this UL into the ordered list. Then I have closed the order list, then I have closed the body tag, and then I have closed the HTML tag. So whenever you can see the desired output of this code, you can see that the output that is displayed to me is that CODEIN is written with a type that is A, because I have defined the type of ordered list as capital A. So the CODEIN is coming as A. Then you can see it is coming in the form of a list. It is showing me these as items as number one is C++. Number one is C++ with the circle, because in the unordered list I have defined the type as circle, as you can see in the desired output. So basically when we are talking about nested list, it means including a list into another list. Means an unordered list into ordered list, or the ordered list into a unordered list. I hope you must have been clear about how do we define list in HTML, the unordered list, ordered list, and the data definition list, and what are all the tags that are required for defining a list: UL tag, OL tag, LI tag, and the DL, DT, and DD tag. So basically these tags are used whenever we want to define any list. We can define the list in any of the format. We can also use the formatting tag that I have already displayed in the previous videos, and you can understand that if you have not viewed yet. So guys, if you like the content what I post, do like it, share it, and also subscribe to my channel, and don't forget to press the bell icon. And also you can connect me to my Instagram page, and also you can connect me on my website. So guys, thank you so much for watching.